Well, the Andrea Doria. It was quite a fire.
Shipwreck.
I remember it.
Ahoy, and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
Ahoy, Palloy. My name's Matt.
Spalding. My name is Vinnie. So, Matt, a couple days... you texted me a couple days ago.
So natural.
Yeah. This link from eBay.
Yeah.
And you said, check this out. So I click on it, and I'm seeing... a gold Seinfeld ring. I'm seeing a Seinfeld Letterman jacket that we've seen Larry wear in Curb. I'm seeing a yearbook, all sorts of Seinfeld swag, duffel bag. There was a Seinfeld rare bundle on eBay going for $2,500, and apparently it was from somebody who was either a cast or crew member on the show, and they were selling all this really good stuff. I just Googled it now, and the auction has ended, but you can still see the pictures of all this really cool Seinfeld memorabilia that was available. There's also a blue jacket, but it has on the arm a patch that is like the New York Mets logo, but instead it says Seinfeld since 1989. So it's the blue and orange, and the backdrop is the New York skyline with Seinfeld in cursive and orange. It's really pretty. I actually really like that.
Thanks to Shane and Joanna, friends and listeners of the show who sent that our way.
I'm sure we'll be seeing them soon.
Yeah, for Seinfeld night. That's just in a couple of weeks now. But that eBay auction has ended, and it doesn't look like the seller is starting it up again, which is a shame because I thought it'd be fun. All of the listeners, we could all, throw in 50 cents and we could all share the items or something like that.
We'll do a Kickstarter.
Yeah. Speaking of expensive Seinfeld merchandise, a lot of Seinfeld fans have been posting on Reddit and Twitter and just writing into the show that they've received their Seinfeld set replicas.
Yes.
I don't have the specifics in front of me here, like who made it and whatnot, but I think there were about 5,000.
That sounds about right.
Made. There are these incredibly detailed diorama sets of the Seinfeld apartment, complete with, furniture, refrigerator, the little bike. And it actually goes all the way up past the ceiling to the stage lights surrounding the set there. And it's really a thing of beauty. Unfortunately, Vinny, you and I did not have the green to throw around. I think they were asking about $400 to $500.
Correct.
For the set. And I believe there's still some available. So maybe if we... check under the couch cushions, we can finally get one. But
not only do you get the Seinfeld replica set, which I believe is 1/16th scale, you also get a piece of Jerry's door, which I find to be the more fascinating collectible. From one of the set doors that was used during production, you get a little piece of it. I have yet to see a picture of that, though.
Yeah,
although
maybe
it's just wood.
Maybe we could get all those pieces together, make the door.
Now you're talking.
All right. Well, if any of our listeners have received their set replica and haven't written in yet, please, send us some photos and maybe a little mini review. We'd love to hear what you think. And we can just pretend that we own one as well. Vinny, before we get started with this week's episode, I was planning to put together a bunch of emails from our listeners and messages and go over them in our Newman's Mailbag segment, but I ran out of time this week. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
So no Newman's Mailbag this week, unfortunately.
You know what you need, Matt, is an intern. Where's Darren
podcast
right now?
Intern, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a disgrace to the uniform. But instead of Newman's Mailbag, thought we could bring up two corrections from last week's discussion of the abstinence. First up, I knew this would happen, and this is the problem with our stupidity and our sarcasm. Sometimes you can't tell which is which on this show, and I want to thank everyone who wrote in regarding our inability to translate Portuguese into English. When George orders the big salad for Elaine, we definitely knew that was a big salad. We kind of, joked. We're like, what is it? What are they saying? A large salad, a huge salad?
Oh, I see.
We said every variation.
We weren't clear that it was a big salad.
Right. And I thought that was sort of the joke because it was obvious. But some of our listeners were just disgusted with that level of stupidity. So,
and if Jerry Seinfeld were listening, he too would be disgusted.
But I just want to clarify, we knew it was a big salad. We thought we'd make a joke. One thing, though, we did screw up on. I don't want you to check my notes because I want to ask you this as a trivia question.
I'm not looking.
Okay. Well, I wondered, has Elaine dated a lot of doctors on the show before? And, we came up with, Dr. Ben, Dr. Tim Watley, Dr. Tongue.
Ben Feffa.
Ben Feffa, not really dating, but, into him. But there was one doctor she did date that we never brought up by name, and a lot of people wrote in about it.
I peeked on the Facebook page, and Dr. Feresten was spoiled for me. So,
Dr.
very
Feresten.
good catch. Well, I like to look at it as us not screwing up, but it's kind of a collaborative effort here that we're, pooling our Seinfeld knowledge and discussing. So, this was what the listeners contributed. So, thank you.
For sure. And if anyone out there doesn't remember Dr. Reston, he was Elaine's therapist.
He's that not doctor she went to Europe with.
What? I always forget that arc. I think it's the pitch, the ticket.
Yeah, with the opera as well, because he's off his medication,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's Elaine's therapist and Joe Davola's therapist. You can't get a decaf cappuccino.
They're in mid-makeout, and he stops. She's like, what's the matter? Just this patient I'm thinking about. I forgot to give him his medication.
Always had like a Lance Hendrickson thing going on.
Is that
Bishop from Aliens?
Okay. I was going to say like Predator, Terminator.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
Is that one of them?
One of the Predators he's in.
Okay.
Or the AVP.
I test.
Oh, God. All right. Where are we, Vinny? I feel like...
We're here.
This is a rough start.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with the police. What episode do we have this week?
We have the 10th episode of Season 8, The Andrea Doria, written by Spike Feresten, directed by Andy Ackerman, and it originally aired December 19th, 1996.
That sounds kind of like a Christmas episode.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, we do.
Wait, yeah, we do.
I don't know. I thought you said we have a Christmas episode.
Yeah, but do.
Hey, we have a late record, guys, so no wine, no boxed wine, but might get a little silly.
Yeah, a little silly. December 19th, probably the least memorable Christmas episode to come out of Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. Nothing about this episode, screams the holidays other than the decorations we see in Monks.
Yeah, you see a couple menorahs on the wall and some, strands of garland around the booths.
Some distracting tinsel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is kind of a shame because, with the exception of the strike next season, the Festivus episode, we don't really have a proper Christmas episode, for the rest of the series.
This is it. Hey, Jerry actually says Merry Christmas to somebody in this episode.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay,
so
there's your monkey boy. You mentioned Spike Feresten as the writer of this week's episode. Don't have anything really new to add about Spike to our trivia segment here other than a new podcast or radio show he started called Spike's Car Radio. Did you hear about this?
Wasn't Jerry the first episode?
Yes, exactly. So Spike started this, radio show podcast on June 14th. They recorded it in Malibu. I don't know if that's where all the episodes are recorded, but the first episode, is Spike, Jerry, and the other guy, some other guy, just sitting around chatting a little bit at the time about the whole Kesha hug thing. But the show is really about talking about cars and their love of cars. And it's very casual. You're really getting an interesting kind of insight into Jerry's thoughts on cars. And yeah, it's funny. There are some allusions to his other show. I think Spike was definitely inspired by that for his car show, especially, Jerry being the first guest. Mm-hmm. But I listened to the first 10 minutes or so, and, I'm not really a car guy, but it was really cool to hear, Jerry just kind of sit and talk with his old friend and just kind of, bullshit about cars for a while, which is pretty interesting.
I didn't realize Spike was such a car nut.
A real car nut, huh?
I was going to say sports nut, but it's a car nut.
Yeah, so if any of our listeners are big into cars or just want to check out the first episode with Jerry, we'll include a link in our show notes. Really nice production value. Sounds really good. A lot better than this show.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe Spike could give us some pointers. But we don't really have much trivia this week. The last note I have here is about the title, the Andrea Doria. Mm-hmm. Vinny, before this episode, did you know about the Andrea Doria, its history?
I never knew it was a real ship.
Yeah, it was actually an Italian ocean liner that crashed. It collided, rather, with the SS Stockholm on July 25th, 1956. And really, we get a brief history lesson from Kramer in this episode. Mm-hmm. But I did spend, 5 minutes just checking out the wiki page. And it was really tragic what happened, despite the
way it's portrayed in Seinfeld.
Yeah, because for years I'm like, yeah, what's the big deal? Only 45 people died, big deal. But when you read the specifics of what happened, when the ships collided, just all of the chaos that ensued. It's really a tragedy and really, really sad. But those of you that want to laugh, just listen to George this week, I guess.
There's a point of contention I want to make when we get to this scene where Kramer gives us his little historical factoids. So stay tuned for that.
All right. Well, how about we get started, Vinny, with the first scene. We're getting a nice little cold open here on the sidewalk. Jerry's going to pop into a store which doesn't allow outside food. But, Kramer's got his hot dog and a pretzel, so what does he do? He decides to shove it all piece by piece into his mouth so he can go in with the Jerry.
But not chew it. Just keep it there so he can... There's no food allowed because there's no food in his hand. You know what? They don't have batteries here. I'm just walking in.
That's a good trivia question there. What was Jerry shopping for when Kramer almost suffocated?
Batteries.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta say... That is dedication to your craft as an actor, especially learning recently that Michael was not much of a meat eater. Didn't he look like he was in physical pain stuffing that hot dog and pretzel into his mouth?
Yeah, your eyes kind of tear up watching him at some points. And there's actually some great bloopers to go with this scene. Are you familiar with them?
Yes, I am. And true Michael Richards fashion, he is just will not break. Jerry's cracking up and he's fallen to the ground, and Michael, with the food in his mouth, is still trying to prop Jerry up to say, come on, let's do the, keep going. We'll get this scene. Mm-hmm. It's incredible.
Yeah, apparently this scene was pretty difficult to film, not only from Jerry cracking on camera, but apparently from filming it outside. They had a lot of interruptions from planes flying overhead to cameras running out of film to doors not opening when they should. So Michael apparently had to shove that food in his mouth, 5 or 6 times before they got enough takes.
Oh, you know what? There's no food or drink here. You can't take that in.
Whoa.
Just wait here. I'll only be a minute.
Wait a second.
I'm just running in. You know what? You know what?
If we analyze this cold open even further, there's hardly any dialogue or content. It's purely a physical gag.
Mm-hmm.
It's
gag. There you go.
Kramer. Oh, thank you. Kramer, do your thing. As opposed to, we're on a plane headed to Chile.
Mm-hmm. All right, first scene of the episode here. We're in Jerry's apartment. George stops by, very excited to announce that he's moving out of his apartment into one across the hall.
Is it better than Jerry's?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, make your friends hate you.
That's exactly how I described your new place when I saw it for the first time.
Thanks.
Yes. He wants people to come see it, but Elaine is busy out on a blind date, or I guess it's called a setup now. And, we get this joke about how blind people don't want to be associated with those losers, but I was curious if blind date is really a term anymore. Have you ever been on a blind date? Have you ever...
Well, when I was put on one, it was called a fix-up, which we've seen previously.
Right.
So there's a third term that it can be used for.
Setup, fix-up, blind date.
I get that I actually love that joke that blind people don't want to be associated with those losers.
Right.
So I do like that a lot. When I hear setup, it makes me think of like some sort of mob or, crime is going to be occurred and you're going to be framed for whatever act is being done. Does that sound
It was a
right
setup.
to you? Yeah.
Setup, I tell you.
And the fix up, I just think of George and Cynthia.
Sure.
He can lift 100 pounds right over his head. Now, I got a question for you, Matt. George is moving out across the hall?
To across the hall.
Why? Susan's out of the picture. Is it just because it's bigger and has the hardwood floors?
Yeah, I don't have the script in front of me, but yeah, hardwood floors, more space. There's a fireplace in there, I think.
But he never, there was never any, he's got the hamster cage, he's got his Rubik's Cube and his...
Got my nuts here?
Yeah. But there was no mention of him, wanting to move or looking to move. It's just kind of out of the blue.
Yeah, and I'm getting little reminders of the robbery when George was a realtor. Remember?
That's right. Yeah.
He tells Jerry, I got this
Across
great
from
place.
the park.
Yeah, walk-in closet. God,
I'm walking in it.
I like that. I want to revisit that scene where Elaine and George are like, this place is terrible. You can't have soft cheese. And look at this radiator. Right? Isn't there something like that?
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe George is having one of those problems. Despite all of the room, maybe things are falling apart.
Well, doesn't it smell like the last tenant had monkeys or something?
or hamsters, yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
But, Jerry can't go with George to check out... Did I go... But Jerry can't go with George to check out the new place. Instead, he's meeting Kramer at his mini storage. So let's actually cut over to that mini storage here. Kramer has this nasty cough. Nasty. And Jerry is irritated when he opens the storage door and a bunch of mailbags come tumbling out. Apparently, Jerry rented out half his space to Kramer, but he rented out half his space to Newman.
Nice.
So how much space does Newman have, Vinny, in total?
A quarter.
Very good.
Now, that is a hilarious premise for an episode. In a moment that was cut from this scene, while Kramer's wheeling his boxes into the storage unit.
I'm sorry, is it on a cart or on a wagon or something?
I wanted to say wagon. Is it a wagon?
Yeah, like a radio flyer wagon.
Okay, I wasn't sure, so I kept my mouth shut. But let's say it's a wagon. He's wheeling his boxes in a wagon into the storage unit, and Jerry looks into Kramer's box to find who is it but Mr. Marbles? And Jerry asks, he's freaking you out, isn't he? And Kramer merely denies it, saying he just needed the space. And then he goes on to say that Newman is paying him $2 to rent out his portion of Jerry's space.
Oh, my God. $2. That's a good deal.
Yeah. You can get a Drake's coffee cake for that.
Why is Newman storing mailbags?
You don't know?
You don't know. Okay.
Not yet. We will.
But why is he? Is it because he can't?
He's upset because he didn't get his transfer to Hawaii, so he stopped delivering mail.
Oh,
but he's still collecting checks.
I have not seen this episode yet.
Are you familiar with the script? There it is. Got one in there.
All right, next scene, we are at George's, new apartment right across the hall.
Wait, hold on. There's some good Kramer stuff. Good Kramer quotes in that scene. The coughing, Jerry, it expels the disease germs out of the body into the air. And then the final moment of that scene where Jerry says, mailbags, he's storing mail in here? Evidently. Thank you. Yes. There's some good Kramer stuff in this episode.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Also want to say, before we move forward, this episode might have the most scenes ever.
Yeah, it's
I counted,
bam, 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 scene after scene after scene.
Yeah, I've counted 30... I think it's 30 scenes total. Yeah. 30 scenes.
Okay.
Nuts. Well, next scene, we are at George's new apartment of sorts, right across the hall. It's empty, so all he's doing at this point, I think, is he has like a lamp. You know, he wants to maybe see what it looks like on the mantle. Mm-hmm. And while he's enjoying the space, a woman enters the apartment looking for him.
Excuse me, George.
No menus.
No, I'm Mrs. Riccardi, president of the Tenants Association.
Oh, right. Hey, I love the floors in here. It's like a gymnasium. Try and guard me.
George, unfortunately, Clarence Eldridge in 8C has decided that he wants the apartment.
Yeah, but you promised it to me.
Yes, but you see, Mr. Eldridge is an Andrea Doria survivor. And in light of the terrible suffering that he's already been through, we've decided to give it to him.
Well, the Andrea Doria. It was quite a fire.
Shipwreck.
I remember it.
First off, I love that no menus. That gets me every time. And I'm reminded of George's admiration for wooden floors when he dated Bonnie, who lived with Scott.
That's, very similar to that setting where he's like, the velvet, what happened to the velvet,
Look at the wood floors, And we are introduced to this Mrs. Riccardi, who's played by Diana Bellamy. Mm-hmm. She passed away in 2001, but she was in Air Force One, Outbreak, a couple episodes of Married with Children. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. I like her. She's one of these, characters, nothing quirky too out there about her, but she has some real, memorable moments, especially later when we're going to get the astonishing tales.
Yes, that's what I remember too. She gets consoled.
Right. And, while you like the first line, I'm a big fan of that last line where it's like, quite a fire.
Shipwreck.
I remember it. All right, next scene, we're at a restaurant here. Elaine is sitting at the table by herself, waiting for her blind date, Alan, to arrive. And she's getting impatient and decides, to read the back of a Sweet and Low.
Cancer in laboratory animals.
And a waiter stops by the table to let her know that an Alan Mercer called, said he's sorry, but he won't be able to make it. He's been stabbed.
More bread? Wow, even the waiter is apathetic. Doesn't it seem like the later seasons, the side characters act just like the main characters?
Yeah, the people are kind of mirroring the main four.
I get this vibe of like, that's a shame with so many of these secondary characters that we're being introduced to, but just this waiter, he has 2 lines and it's a great one that, this guy's been stabbed, more bread. But hey, you mentioned one, and then there's a second. There's 2 full first and last names that we're introduced to. Alan Mercer, a boyfriend of Elaine, and then Clarence Eldridge.
Yeah. So
keep those in mind for your ID rounds.
This situation reminds me a little bit of, Jake Jarmel. Remember when French Stewart...
Remind you, it's the same thing.
He wasn't stabbed. What happened to him? Was he hit by a cab or something?
Yeah, it went right into his hip. Oh, they're so terrible, Jake. She stopped at the counter. Okay, we already did that episode. But not only does she have juji fruit, she also got popcorn. Here she is eating some bread.
Eating some bread. And as we find out in the next scene in Jerry's apartment, turns out she stayed at the table after getting the news, ate more bread. So
the sad news doesn't seem to faze Elaine as much as you would think.
No, maybe that's how she deals with, grief or shocking moments like that, is just to compulsively eat.
Okay.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, me too.
But doesn't matter, that she ate more bread. That's not the point, as she tells Jerry. The point is that the guy was stabbed. And it turns out it was his ex-girlfriend.
Ooh.
So you'd think, Elaine would stay away from this hooligan, but she's intrigued. He can arouse that kind of passion in someone. And here we get a new term, Vinny, stab-worthy.
Yeah, too bad he didn't get shot. He could have been the one. Should we thank Peter Melman for kind of introducing us to the worthy genre of terms?
Of course.
Because here we have a new one.
Stab-worthy, not as memorable as sponge-worthy, but a nice, play on words here.
And it still relates to Elaine. You know, it's kind of Elaine's rating system. We have a guy now who is sponge-worthy as well as stab-worthy.
I didn't have a clip to play there, but when Elaine says, to be stab-worthy, it's kind of a compliment. Mm-hmm. I always remember a person's reaction in the audience, and it sounds like they repeat the term.
Oh, yeah?
I might just be imagining it, but
Okay.
when she says, to be stab-worthy...
Stab-worthy.
Yeah, well, it's like a woman's like, stab-worthy. I don't know, maybe I'm...
Oh, my God!
Hey, how's everybody?
Hey.
There's no expiration date on this.
There is now. Kramer, you should really get that cough checked out by a doctor.
No doctors for me. Bunch of lackeys and yes men all towing the company line. Plus, they botched my vasectomy.
They botched it?
I'm even more potent now.
Hey, how's the new place?
Gone. The tenant association made me give it to this guy because he was an Andrea Doria survivor.
Andrea Doria, isn't that the one they did the song about?
Edmund Fitzgerald.
I love Edmund Fitzgerald's voice.
No, Gordon Lightfoot was the singer. Edmund Fitzgerald was the ship.
You could fit 15 people in that bathroom.
I think Gordon Lightfoot was the boat.
Yeah, and it was rammed by the Cat Stevens.
The Andrea Doria collided with a Stockholm in dense fog 12 miles off the coast of Nantucket.
How do you know?
It's in my book, Astonishing Tales of the Sea. 51 people died.
51 people? Mm-hmm. That's it? I thought it was like 1,000.
For 1,660 survivors.
That's no tragedy. How many people do you lose on a normal cruise? 30? 40? Kramer, can I take a look at that book?
Oh, yeah. I also got Astounding Bear Attacks.
Hey, before you go, did you talk to Newman about getting that mail out of there?
Yeah, oh, yeah. No, he's not going to do it.
That last line of that clip is like vintage you in college, where you always talk about this later season Kramer that you love, and it's he's not going to do it. The line that I like the most is Kramer's weariness of doctors. No doctors for me. Bunch of lackeys and yes men all towing the company line. He really does not like doctors.
Plus, we get a nice callback to the soulmate. Turns out Kramer's vasectomy was botched. Mm-hmm. He's even more potent now.
Oh, and Jerry gives such a sympathetic look to him in that moment. I wonder if Edmund Fitzgerald was kind of a play on Ella Fitzgerald, the way Elaine says, I love Edmund Fitzgerald's voice.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. That's something I picked up on. But again, this is kind of, I know Cat Stevens. I vaguely have heard of, Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot, sure, yeah.
But this one is a little bit beyond my my scope here. Having said that, I really do like the little back and forth. It's like dumb ping pong,
It's great. And it really tracks
knows.
but it really tracks with Elaine going back to, Sven Jolly.
Oh, I see.
What else does she mispronounce or not understand? I mean, we've brought this up recently.
I thought you were going to say that she still hadn't had sex, so she was still a little bit, backed up.
Yeah, maybe.
And we get a little history lesson regarding the Andrea Doria via Kramer.
Isn't that great, man? He just knows it all.
Yes. The confidence with which he says it, the fact that he's in the background eating some cereal. And I seem to recall bloopers coming from this scene, too, because Michael is... Oh, because they're doing their Cat Stevens lines and they're giggling, and Michael is just waiting... can we keep going? I want to finish my line here. And he's got the cereal in front of him. But when he says,
I'll hold it right there, and maybe we can play some audio of the bloopers.
Yeah. No, I think Gordon Lightfoot was the boat.
Yeah, and it was rammed by the Cat Stevens.
No, I think Gordon Lightfoot was... No, I think Gordon Lightfoot was the boat.
You're not helping.
No, you aren't either.
We're back.
There you have it. Now, when Michael says, or when Kramer says there were how many survivors of the Andrea Doria?
1,600 or 1,650 survivors.
Now, when I listened to it, I heard 1660 or 1,660. Is that what you were going to bring up? Because that's in the notes say 1650. It says it in the script, but I hear 60 when Michael says it.
Oh, so you're saying Kramer is off?
Yes.
Or maybe Michael screwed up?
I would, if I was a betting man, I'd say I'm the one who's messed up and wrong. So that's probably what it is. But I'm hearing 60.
Might have to go back to the audio there and check it. But my head was in the same place as listener Greg's from Atlanta, Georgia.
It's Craig.
He just wrote in tonight, actually. He said, hey guys, love the show. Want to get your thoughts on something discussed in this episode. When Kramer tells the gang the info about the Andrea Doria sinking, he says it's in his book, Astonishing Tales of the Sea. When George asks to see the book, Kramer tells him he also has Astounding Bear Attacks.
Okay.
I'm of the opinion that Kramer has written 3 books, those 2 plus the coffee table book. Mm-hmm. When I was at a Seinfeld trivia night a while back, we had the question, what books has Kramer written? And someone argued that the Bear Attacks book wasn't written by Kramer. He merely mentioned he had the book. What do you think, Vinny? I'm sure there's several different ways to look at Kramer's dialogue here.
Oh, I've always been of the opinion that these are both books that Kramer has written himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought you'd be in the, like he just owns these books.
The confidence with which he can spout off all the titles or all the statistics, rather, from that book make me think he's written it. And then just the way, he matter-of-factly says, I also have this. Astounding Bear Attacks makes me think he wrote it as well. So I'm with Greg.
I think you could argue Astonishing Tales of the Sea is a book that Kramer wrote, and Astounding Bear Attacks is just a book he has. But again, I think it's up in the air. It could go in any direction.
Hairs, man. Yeah. The fact that you know those 3 books is, testament as well to your Seinfeld knowledge.
It's just funny that Greg wrote in about that, because I think I've asked that question at trivia before. What book did Kramer write? And everyone there is like, he didn't write that book. He's just got that book.
Okay.
So.
Well, and the coffee table book, he took photos, so he didn't. I don't know. Anyway, never mind. Just take that out too.
You don't like this conversation.
I'm tired.
Well, next scene, we're at Newman's apartment. Jerry stops by to tell Newman to get his stuff out of the storage unit, but Newman barely reacts. He's just sitting on the couch, looking depressed. I'm depressed. Turns out he didn't get his transfer to Hawaii, the most sought-after postal route of them all.
The air is so dewy sweet, you don't even have to lick the stamps.
So Newman is hanging it up. He's kind of quit the post office, still collecting checks, just not delivering mail. Oh, there we go. So
nice.
He gets the mail and he just puts it in the storage unit. I'm learning.
Oh.
So Jerry tells him, "Hey, get the mail bags out of the storage. It's illegal."
And yet it's perfectly legal to take a man's soul and crush it into a stale Pall Mall.
Well, the law's the law.
So, full disclosure, Matt moment. I did not know what a Pall Mall was. I had to look it up.
Is that a cigarette?
It is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Vinny moment.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm watching the scene. I really don't like sad Newman. I love when he's up and happy, or when he's vindictive and trying to stick it to Jerry. Mm-hmm. But it is really sad to see a sad Newman. Don't like it.
Yeah, we don't see sad Newman all that often. He's merry,
He is.
All right, let's go over to Central Park. Kramer is on a bench coughing when he hears a similar cough coming from a dog walker passing by. But he's surprised to find out it's not the walker with the cough, but one of the dogs.
That's a nasty cough you got there. Brian Blondell plays the dog guy, dog walker. He was on an episode of The Michael Richards Show.
Oh, cool.
And I happened to notice there was a golden retriever in that pack of dogs.
Very nice. You have a golden retriever yourself?
I do.
You probably connect a lot with this episode, having a dog named Kramer, and anytime he acts up.
Well, we discussed that when I got my dog Kramer, and sometimes I put Seinfeld on for him when I leave the house, or we watch it together. How would he react with always hearing his name, yelled out on screen? And during this episode in particular, Kramer's going to run out of the car later on acting like a dog. You get back here, Kramer. Bad Kramer. You are a bad neighbor. I looked at Kramer, and he's fast asleep. Didn't move a muscle. So that's my boy.
What's he doing right now?
He's having sex with the dogs in the hotel room.
Oh my God.
That's perverse.
Oh,
yes.
good Lord. Does this feel kind of like one of those late night records?
It does.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. It's just
I turned off the AC, so I'm a little...
you're getting hot.
Yeah, a little hot.
Hot.
Actually, I'm quite comfortable. All right, next scene, we are at, I guess that restaurant from before. Don't have a name for it, but Elaine is having dinner with Alan. And if you listen to the opening line of this scene, I'm like, oh my God, before, the ocean called, they're running out of shrimp. Mm-hmm. There was Elaine.
Yeah.
I love shrimp. I'm a shrimp eater. You put shrimp in front of me, and I'll eat it till my stomach pops.
No, it's okay. I'm still just a little bit jumpy.
Between you and me, what happened there with the stabbing?
Just one of those things,
What, was she just so crazy in love with you, she just couldn't take it anymore? Or?
I don't know. Could be.
Alan?
Carol?
Was that the one who stabbed you?
No, it was a different girl.
He's good in this scene.
Yep, Alan is the man. He's great.
Oh, man, you like Alan?
Well, in terms of his delivery.
Oh, okay.
He's a bad seed. A horrible seed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was, like you, aghast that we kind of missed that there was an original shrimp eater. Mm-hmm. And so much so that her and George could have had a little shrimp powwow, if you will. And we are introduced to Alan Mercer, who is played by, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Alan Mercer is played by actor Tom Gallup, who was in the Bourne Ultimatum, the Bourne Supremacy, several episodes of Will and Grace, as well as Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, he's got a familiar face, but I looked at his credits. I just couldn't figure out what it was.
And what a great little twist that, Elaine's, inquiring, is that the girl who stabbed you? No, different girl. Like, very well done by the writers to flip it on us.
Right. Yeah, you can assess that this guy's probably got some relationship issues if Alan is being assaulted by two women. And we'll find out in the next scene at Monk's. Elaine did some research. What did she find out about Alan?
He's a bad breaker-upper.
Bad how?
Well, when you break up, you say things you don't mean. Well, he says the mean things you don't mean, but he means them.
I follow. Elaine's going to dump the guy. Breaking up nicely is one of the most important parts of a relationship.
What's more important? Great mutual shrug back and forth between Jerry and Elaine.
I agree with that, too. Like, communicating clearly, when you want to break up with someone, as difficult as it can be, but, being nice about it, being clear about your feelings, that is crucial. I feel like, you don't always owe it to someone, especially like Alan. Like, remember Elaine with Owen March? She's like, do I have to break up with them face to face? So she's evolved, She wants to... I'm all over the place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. What? Did I fall asleep there?
Well, what I like from this scene, I like the term, it's kind of flies under the radar there, but bad breaker upper. Mm-hmm. That's kind of in the same vein as, close talker, long talker.
Yeah.
But something, one of those catchphrases here. And
do you remember those montages, either from the clip show or any fan video? You'll get, like, I don't know, I'm thinking of like a music beat, close talker, low talker, bad breaker upper. I don't know. It has like a beat to it.
Cadence to it. So you're saying Elaine has matured. I would argue differently because in their relationship, Alan and Elaine, he's done nothing to hurt her in any way. It's merely his reputation of being a bad breaker-upper that makes her want to fly the coop.
Right.
It's fun. It's very comical. So,
That's what makes it such a comical situation.
Mission accomplished.
All right, let's cut over to the street here. Kramer somehow got a hold of that coughing dog. Don't know how that went down, but he's taking him for a walk. His name is Smuckers, and they run into George on the sidewalk. Since Kramer and Smuckers have the same affliction and Kramer doesn't trust doctors, he's taken the dog to a vet.
That's got to cure a lizard, a chicken, a pig, a frog, all on the same day.
So Kramer's plan, take the dog. Maybe I could get a little insight from the vet.
Sure.
Got me wondering, do you see much dog medicine pass through the pharmacy?
Not dog medicine, but human medicine prescribed for dogs. I've actually had to get dog-specific medication for Kramer from the vet specifically. So
Right, so I would think, but I would think that all medicine for dogs would go through a vet pharmacy, right? Or a vet.
Well, not necessarily, because there's, anxiety medication, diabetes medication, seizure medication for dogs. Those all go to our pharmacy, whereas like medication for parasites and worms, things like that, most humans don't get that. So those are at the vet.
So does that mean that vets, in a sense, don't think dogs should be taking that medicine? Like, if you can't get it through the vet.
No, it's probably either too expensive to store, or it just makes probably more fiscal sense to
limit it
outsource to a pharmacy. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I would imagine.
Right. So I was just wondering where Kramer plans on getting his dog medication. I guess it just depends on the symptoms, right?
Yeah, but I think the bigger issue is his lack of respect for doctors and his appreciation for veterinarians.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's cut over to George's new apartment. An elderly man, Clarence Eldridge, is moving some boxes into the new place when George just strolls up.
Ahoy, Mr. Eldridge. I understand you were on the Andrea Doria.
Yes, it was a terrifying ordeal.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I hear people really stuff themselves on those cruise ships. The buffet, that's the real ordeal, huh, Clarence?
We had to abandon ship.
Well, all vacations have to end eventually.
The boat sank.
According to this, it took 10 hours. It eased into the water like an old man into a nice warm bath, no offense. So, Clarence, how about abandoning this apartment and letting me shove off in this beauty?
Is that what this is all about? I don't think I like you.
It's my apartment, Eldridge. The Stockholm may not have sunk you, but I will.
I do like George in this episode. He's confrontational, but it's understandable why he is so. But with the ahoy, Mr. Eldridge, subtle dig by George. And we are introduced to, we get to see this guy in the flesh. And he is played by actor Ray Strickland. Hey, Strickland! Always love that last name. Thank you. Ooh la la. But this actor did pass away in 2002. He was known for being on Days of Our Lives, The Lost World, the 1960 version, and The Return of Dracula. And get this, Matthew. He played a character named Horace Pennypacker III in the 1959 movie, The Remarkable Mr. Pennypacker.
Not Pennypacker.
The same. Seinfeld was his second to last acting credit.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Ooh, and another thing I love about the scene is the way George says, I tell you, I hear people really stuff themselves on the buffet. That's real.
What does he call buffet?
I don't know. Was Friends out at this time?
I prefer the, according to this book, the boat sank in 10 hours. It eased into the water like an old man into a nice warm bath. No offense.
That's good, too. George really likes his old man analogies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, he's really going after this poor guy. But there's something about Clarence Eldridge. I don't trust him. I'm not saying he's a liar. He obviously went through a horrible ordeal with the sinking of the Andrea Doria, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just, so much on Team George.
You're Team Costanza.
I feel like Clarence is sort of, taking advantage of the situation.
I'm sure he's milking it, which we'll find out. But you got to admire his gumption. I don't think I like you.
All right, let's cut over to the vet clinic here. The vet checks out Smuckers while Kramer explains, we're sharing the same symptoms.
It hurts when he swallows, especially when he drinks orange juice. I mean, dog food juice.
Smuckers coughs a little, and Kramer, points out that's the nagging cough he's been talking about. And the vet recognizes it. Been drinking out of the toilet? Uh-oh.
It's 12:02 right now.
Oh, it's not that late.
Ooh. I can't even say it. You say it.
What? No. That's disgusting.
He's so repulsed by the vet's question. Whew. That cracked me up. Did you notice there was a cut portion of the scene in which the vet prescribed some chewable antibiotics for Smuckers?
No.
It's really great. Kramer asks, "Do you have Kahlua flavor?" He loves Kahlua. And the doctor responds, "She." And Kramer quickly says, "That's right." So apparently Smuckers is a girl.
Oh, lady dog.
All these years I thought she was a boy. Well, she has a bow in her head.
Get out of town. All right, so Kramer's going to get hooked up with some antibiotics, I guess, for his nasty cough. As we cut over to Monk's, Elaine breaks up with Alan, and despite only going on one date, he does not take it well. Sort of childish, petulant, and he pretends everything is fine and winds up calling Elaine Big Head. You got a big head. It's too big for your body.
That's it? That's the best you got?
Now, Vinny, we both have big heads.
Yes, we do.
What's your hat size?
7 5/8.
All right. I might, with my hair, be pushing 8.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a scene, man.
That's a big old dome. Now, but yours is just all the way around big. Mine's very long. If you look at me head on, I'm narrow, but I got a long head.
Yeah, I think we're kind of similar in that regard. Like, you're talking about from front to back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not as
Front
narrow as yours.
to back.
All right, moving on. Let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. George is complaining about Eldridge and, the whole reason he's getting the apartment. He suffered 40 years ago. George has been suffering for the past 30 years, up to and including yesterday. And Jerry has this wild idea. Maybe George should tell the tenant board the astonishing tales of Costanza.
I can go bumper to bumper with anyone else on this planet.
And their conversation is interrupted by a knock at the door.
Jerry!
I'm with people. I'll be with you in a moment. So you want a protein shake or something?
I guess I should get moving on this, huh? I'm gonna run.
Hello, Newman.
I need that mail. Where is it?
What's the difference?
The guy who had the Hawaii transfer got busted for hoarding Victoria's Secret catalogs. I gotta deliver that mail.
Well, go ahead. There's 8 bags of it.
Blast! There's no way I can handle 8 in addition to my usual load of 1. I'll never get to Hawaii. I'll be stuck in this apartment building forever. The dream is dead.
You giving up that easy?
I usually do. See ya.
Now, wait a minute, Newman. You can't let this dream die. You moving away is my dream, too.
What are you proposing?
Whatever it takes, for as long as it takes me. Wherever it takes me, as long as it takes you away from me.
An alliance?
An alliance. Now get the hell out of here.
Love that ending.
Awesome scene.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful the way they have Jerry slam the door in Newman's face just to ask George if he wants a protein shake. And it was only a matter of time. Yeah. It was only a matter of time, I think, before they said, let's have Jerry and Newman actually team up, which is a brilliant idea.
Have we gotten any, if not team ups, like scenes where they have to get along before this?
The only one that comes to mind, or at least right when you said that, was when they are staking out the sniffing accountant and they're talking about dentotape.
Yes. Even then, like, Jerry is really annoyed with Newman. He just tolerates him.
Mm-hmm. But they're actually touching here. Oh, and then what about
Jerry?
Yeah, I'm down with the
shower
index
head.
finger. Mm-hmm. Yes, there we go.
For sure. This isn't really a team up, but anytime Jerry tolerates Newman being in his apartment,
So Risk, sausages, taking a nap in his bed.
The rickshaw, I feel like they planned that out. The bottle deposit.
Now we're just naming things that Newman does.
I don't want Newman using my... Oh, great. Well, we get an act break, and when we come back, Jerry is sorting Newman's mail on his table and tells Elaine he has to get Newman transferred to Hawaii.
He's my sworn enemy, and he lives down the hall from my home, Elaine, where I sleep, where I come to play with my toys.
Well, Elaine tells Jerry about Alan's big head comment, and they both laugh it off. It's really one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to her. And Jerry gets a call from George. Turns out the tenant association decided to hear his story to see if he's suitable for the apartment over Eldridge. And as Elaine leaves, she narrowly misses Kramer coughing on her.
Are you taking any medication for that?
Yeah, I got some pills. They taste terrible.
Just swallow them.
Oh, my throat's too tender.
All right, sit down. Sit down.
I don't want to.
Come on, just sit down.
Hey, what?
Sit down. What? Sit down.
Hey!
Lean your head back. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open it. Open it. What kind of pills are these anyway? For Smuckers? May cause panting and loss of fur? These are dog pills.
We have the same symptoms.
But he's a dog. You need to see a real doctor.
No doctors.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'm taking the car. I gotta run some errands. You wanna go?
I don't know.
Come on, you wanna go for a ride? Huh? Come on. Come on.
Here's another great Jerry Kramer arc this week. I just love this goofy, silly team up. It's so good and just so stupid. Michael acting like a dog.
I think that plays surprisingly well. All these little gags with him, with the pills, as well as the jingling of the keys.
Keeping in mind, we are in season 8, guys. Like,
yeah, right.
We understand this is not Seinfeld. It's really out there, but it works.
I really do like this premise, and
I love when he spits the pill out. I don't know if you noticed, but it lands like right next to him on the cushion.
Only Michael could pull that off. But he does an exceptional job portraying a dog, and we'll see that in later scenes as well. But again, Kramer is ragging on doctors. You need to see a real doctor. No doctors. Can you recall another occasion where Kramer spoke ill of the medical profession?
I ain't going to no Bellevue. Is that one of them?
That's one, but not the one I'm thinking of.
What kind of doctors are we talking here? A psychiatrist, maybe, or
a surgeon?
Oh, with the you will be using a retractor.
No.
Oh.
It's in the heart attack episode.
Oh, right. Yeah. We got to get you out of here, right?
My name is Bob.
Yeah, Bob Sacamano.
Don't let him cut you.
Oh, what happened? He had his tonsils removed? Or no, hernia operation.
Hernia operation, yeah.
All right, more to come with the Kramer dog merging. Let's cut over to a taxi cab here. Elaine is sitting in the back when the cab driver asks her a question. Could you move your head a little bit? And I love he's really sweet about it. Like, little more.
Yeah.
Little more. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
It's so sweet.
That's Ossie Meyer, who plays the cabbie. He also played a cabbie in Cheaper by the Dozen.
I like him in this scene, though. I don't know. This cab driver just always seemed pretty nice by Seinfeld standards. Usually the cabbies are in really bad moods.
Yeah.
That's it. Get out.
Yes. Revenge is very good.
Smugness is not a good quality. I was thinking Elaine, as she scoots down in that seat, you just see her eyes peeking over the edge. She kind of looks like the Florida state flag.
You know what? You're right. Just pop a couple of knuckles up there, and there it is.
All right, let's get over to Jerry's car. Kramer's in the back, looking for tissues that aren't even there. and he starts to get suspicious about the drive.
Wait a second. I recognize this block. You're taking me to the doctor.
And let's jump ahead here as, Jerry is trying to get Kramer out of the car to see the doctor, but in the struggle, Kramer breaks free and runs off, darting across the street as Jerry screams for him to come back.
Out of the car. Out, now.
No, Jerry.
All right, that's it.
No.
Come on.
Get going.
Hey, get back over here. Kramer, get over here. You are bad. Bad neighbor. Kramer.
I love that last one.
And he's missing a shoe.
The shoe popped off in Jerry's car at some point. I wonder where Kramer's running to. Is he just running home, or
even the way he runs is, I find dog-like, because it looks like he changes directions in mid-stride, which I don't even know how you do, but it's amazing. Like, he's like, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I'm gonna go that way, and I just marvel at his physicality.
I'm getting flashbacks of the dog I had as a boy.
What was the name?
Scruffy.
Oh, cute.
He was a mutt that we got from my dad. Actually, still works at the vet school in my hometown, and we got him through he was hit by a car. He was a stray. He was only like 2, and no one claimed him, so my dad brought him home. Mm-hmm. This is before I was born. He lived to be pretty old. I think he was like 21 when he died. But we would hook a little like rope up to him, up to his collar that was tied around a tree. So he had a good, 30-foot radius, to enjoy the yard.
Sure.
But anytime, we open the door for the mailman or, someone's at the door, he would just dart out. Oh. I'm getting little flashbacks of this,
Aw.
Scruffy, you come over here right now. But it also reminded me, that zigzag you brought up of the Michael Richards stand-in when they used to film B-roll of, Kramer in New York.
Oh, yes. You're absolutely right. You
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The B team, the B unit.
Right. And he would, that stand-in for Michael would act Kramer-like and sort of,
yes.
have trouble walking in a straight line.
Well, that's Kramer.
To the point where you're like, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm. We get another actor, please.
All right, let's go over to Monk's. Here we go. Out of nowhere, we get a scene with George talking to his parents. They're out for lunch. George wants to prepare a little for this meeting with the tenant board.
So, Mom, Dad, I was hoping that you could help me to remember my childhood a little more clearly.
I feel a draft. Let's change tables.
Get out of here. We have a booth.
Frank, I'm cold.
Order a hot dish.
Why can't we sit over there?
That's not a booth.
So who says we have to sit in a booth?
I didn't take the subway all the way to New York to sit at a table like that.
I didn't take a subway to be in a drafty restaurant.
Now, George, what do you want to know about your childhood?
Actually, I think I'm pretty clear on it.
Where's that breeze coming from?
Anytime you get the Costanzas yelling at each other, George being present, it is always a treat. It seems like whenever George wants to inquire about his family or his upbringing, it usually ends badly for him.
It's always a bad idea.
He should learn not to do that.
Me.
So, but how perfect are Frank and Estelle?
I still relate to this too. Where,
oh yeah,
if we have a booth in a restaurant, I am not moving.
you always pine for the booth. The booth is like the holy grail of restaurant locations.
Absolutely.
So when you get the table or like the corner, it's just ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed something kind of interesting. Estelle picked up her drink and a basket of bread, and she said, "Let's change tables."
Mm-hmm.
Have you once ever seen them put down a bread basket in Monk's? Or a diner, for that matter?
That's a good point.
That's more of like a, Pomodoro put down some, or, Bouchard's put down a thing of bread, but not a diner.
I'm not ruling out bread being dropped off.
A coffee shop. Yeah.
I'm not ruling out bread being dropped off at a diner, but I've never seen a basket of bread at Monk's before.
Yeah, okay.
That's odd.
Nice middle point.
Maybe they brought it from Schnitzer's.
Now we're off on a tangent.
Okay.
But the dynamic between Frank and Estelle, she's, adamant about being cold, and Frank's kind of dismissing her, and then the scene finally ends with him looking up. Where's that breeze coming from?
Like he hasn't heard anything Estelle's been saying.
Love him and her.
All right, let's get over to George's new apartment. The tenant board consists of 3 people. You got Mrs. Riccardi, a man, and another woman. And all 3 of them are on one side of a card table while Clarence Eldridge, sits on the other side in the center of the room. And while he's telling this dramatic story about being rescued from the shipwreck, George is just waiting his turn in the corner, impatiently, rapping his knuckles on the wall, being very disruptive.
He's leaning on the back 2 legs of his chair, too.
Right. Yes.
Very casual-like.
Being rather obnoxious. And, when it's his turn, the board doesn't really seem too thrilled. All right, let's hear your story. We're obviously going to give the apartment to Clarence.
Oh, but did you see he gets up and Mr. Eldridge is still sitting in his chair? George motions to him, like, get up. Come on. He's kind of like he's gesturing to get up out of the chair, old man.
And, I get this vibe that Clarence, not saying he's a bad person, but he's been using this Andrea Doria story to, I don't know, take advantage of certain situations.
It's
right?
like if you had a minor surgery and they gave you one of those wheelchair accessible things for your car, and then you no longer need it, but you still use it anyway because it's still valid for so many days.
I see that sometimes. Like, I see people parking and then they just hop out and they're like,
what is that?
I have a stutter. Do you remember that from Curb?
Yes. Okay. There you go. You got a Curb reference in there. Very good.
Hello. No, but in this situation, I feel like, Clarence has been using this story to take advantage of situations, and he's really met his match.
Yeah.
You can see that frustration as he, gets up from his seat and gives George the chair. He's like, this
he's got his head. Well, we're going to see him have his head in his hands shortly.
I'm ruined. All right. Let's go over to Newman's apartment here. Jerry stops by to find him icing his leg. What happened?
Kramer bit me. We had an argument about me moving to Hawaii, and he locked onto my ankle like it was a soup bone.
Newman can't do his route now, and they're awarding the transfer in 2 days. So Jerry suggests, what if I delivered the mail?
You can't deliver mail.
Why not?
Guess you're right. Just walking around putting it in the boxes.
So Jerry gets Newman's uniform from his rookie year and heads to the streets, handing out mail to random people, whistling as he goes along.
Mail on Sunday?
Oops. Even a homeless man gets a bunch of mail.
That homeless man we're going to see a little bit later on in the Rigshaw episode.
No way.
The government! There was some cut dialogue in which Jerry offered to carry a hobbled Newman on his back. And Newman says, let's be realistic. You would only be able to carry me a few blocks. And this actually got me thinking,
your
Matt.
Pace, boy.
Yeah, there you go. Kramer bit Newman. Can you name 3 people that have bitten Kramer throughout the series run?
Excellent question.
Thank you.
All right, John Voight.
Very good.
He's biting me. He's biting me. Sidney Fields, the old man.
Sid Fields, yeah.
And I think he gets bit in the same arm by those 2. Who else bites Kramer?
Did I get him?
Roxy doesn't bite.
Well, I guess she does, but she's not a human, so.
Oh, humans. I'm sorry.
It has not happened yet.
Is it Newman in the butter shave?
Postal employee Newman, yes. Here, hold this.
Do we see him bite him, though?
Well, the fact that he bares his teeth and Newman's all covered in parsley and oregano and it's sauteed in because of the butter, I'm counting it.
Okay. That's good. I like that.
It's only fair that Newman bite Kramer a year later since Kramer drew first blood.
They drew first blood. Is that Rambo?
That's literally the plot of Rambo, dude. there was some additional deleted material in which Jerry.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to like make it more natural.
There was also some deleted material in which Jerry.
Just kidding. Do it again.
Jerry. There was also some deleted material in which Jerry noticed a FedEx truck that was parked, and he went and released the emergency brake. And this is all while he's dressed as a United States postal employee, which I think would have been a wonderful visual, but it makes sense why they cut it. But
to,
I
like,
do love
see
that
it like rolling down a hill or something.
Exactly. Yeah, he's put the kibosh on FedEx.
That'd be great. Oh, and it could be Vargas.
That's right. And he could have been like, I guess we're not going to that ball game on Sunday. Okay. I'm tired.
All right, next scene, we're at the new apartment, and we get this great montage of George telling the board his astonishing stories. And maybe a fun game for our listeners to play is, can you connect each story to an episode of Seinfeld?
Here we go.
I was handcuffed to the bed in my underwear, where I remained, for she certainly seemed interested in me. Though she was attractive, she was also, in fact, a Nazi. The water I had been swimming in was very cold. And when I dropped the towel, there had been significant shrinkage. My parents were looking at me. So there I was, with a marble rye hanging from the end of a fishing pole. In closing, these stories have not been embellished because they need no embellishment. They are simply, horrifyingly, the story of my life as a short, stocky, slow-witted, bald man. Thank you. Oh, also, my fiancé died from licking toxic envelopes that I picked out. Thanks again.
Pretty cool for the writers to pull all those references ranging from season 3 to season 7 as a nice little walk down George's memory lane.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got? Can we reveal the answers now?
Let's do it.
Okay, we got the first one being the subway.
Handcuffed to the bed. Mm-hmm.
She was attractive. That's the next girl. Then followed by the limo.
She's also a Nazi.
A Nazi George. Now, those are both from season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then we discussed significant shrinkage from the Hamptons. That's season 5. And I think everyone knows about the Marble Rye because it's in the title. The Rye from season 7. Finally, the invitations, which I picked out. Season 7 also. That's really cool. Really cool references to insert there.
You know, it's kind of fun. I bring this question up every once in a while at trivia. What were the 5 stories George tells the, tenant board? And it's kind of tricky because I don't really know if these 5 stories have much in common, because one's about like a tragedy, one's, something humiliating, something is like stupid on his part. You know what I mean? Like they cover a lot of different emotions.
Yeah. I'm gathering George being a victim and George being wronged in some way. Or losing face.
Right. And hell, we don't know how long the scene went on.
Exactly.
He could have, described every episode of Seinfeld up to this point.
I mean, show that footage of his boyhood trip to Michigan.
That, yeah, absolutely.
Or the blow out the candles.
Oh my God, he probably has all these Festivus stories to tell the tenant board. Anything from that scene you want to mention?
No, I think it's excellent.
Except for Clarence, maybe at the end, putting his face in his hands.
Oh, yes. Yep. Completely defeated. He knows he's met his match.
Yes. All right, let's cut over to Newman's apartment here. Jerry is giving, Newman a recap of his mailman adventures.
Hey, I've been trying to jam stuff in the box like you told me, but sometimes it says like photographs do not bend.
Do not bend. Just crease, crumple, cram. You'll do fine. Hello? This is he. I don't understand. Very well.
What?
That was the vice president of the post office. I didn't get the transfer. They knew it wasn't me doing my route.
How did they know?
Too many people got their mail. Close to 80%. Nobody from the post office has ever cracked the 50% barrier. It's like the 3-minute mile.
I tried my best.
Exactly. You're a disgrace to the uniform.
You know, this is your coat.
Damn.
That moment when Newman rips the patch off of Newman's coat, of his own coat, you can see that smirk coming from Jerry and how much he's enjoying being a part of this scene. It's lovely.
Yeah. But a few things that are funny from this scene, Newman not caring about do not bend, whatever.
Just crease, crumple, cram. You'll do fine.
Also, too many people got their mail. Nobody has ever cracked the 50% barrier.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
A lot of nice digs, at the post office this episode.
Yeah.
All right, let's cut over briefly to Central Park. Elaine is walking through when a bird flies into the back of her head. She can't believe what just happened, but a man on a nearby bench saw it go down.
You flew right into your head, like you couldn't avoid it. Never seen that before. Bird into a woman's head.
That was good.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd give me that one to say, because it's so much fun to do that, the old man accent.
Mm-hmm. I love that last one. Bird into a woman's head. So sweet.
That is Fred Pinkard, who plays the old man. He passed away in 2004, but he played a lawyer in Rocky 2, so of course I'm going to love him. And get this, guys. He also played the newsstand owner in The Dinner. So, what do you say, Matt Mo?
You double dipped the chip. Double dipped? What are you talking about?
This is the guy who's like, a newspaper Clark bar. Keep going.
I can't change 100.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite double dippers when you brought him up in the dinner party, because I had no idea this was the same guy.
Great way of speaking, this guy.
Closing out his dip. Next scene, we're at Monk's. George is feeling pretty confident that the apartment is his, but the official decision isn't until later that day. So Elaine joins the guys, kind of has a new look, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's going back to her Jacqueline Onassis look with the scarf wrapped around her head.
Well, Jerry says that Alan's comment, about her having this giant freak head, being a walking candy apple, it's really gotten to her. And, she's just playing into his hands. Really, all she has to do is get back together with him and show him that it doesn't bother her.
Yeah, laugh it off. Or jam a fork into his forehead.
Either way.
That's forehead shadowing.
All right, that's going to do it this week on Seincast. I'm surprised that Elaine is moving towards violence so quickly, I mean, this is probably the most violent Elaine has ever been, right? Maybe she was more violent when she had rabies.
That's true.
Like she was kind of going after Kramer.
Hey.
Oh, another dog kind of parallel there, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Elaine not only was the first shrimp eater, she was also the first human dog hybrid.
Any other altercations with boyfriends?
Yeah, we're going to get a cat fight later, but...
And she threatens Putty on the plane.
Yeah, you're going home in a body bag.
Oh, and she also threatens the repair guy in her house. I could have killed you, and no one would have known.
All right, let's get over to the old mill. I can do it. Old Mill. The Old Mill restaurant. Elaine is out to eat with Alan. And, of course, later we'll cut to Kramer walking down the sidewalk.
I want to apologize for...
Oh, please.
I hope we can get past all this.
Oh, past? We're way past.
So you have a big head.
So what?
It goes well with the bump in your nose.
What?
Please get help! There's a crazy, big-headed woman beating up some guy. Tell the police it's the Old Mill restaurant. Hurry!
That's some coffee. No, I think he's trying to tell us something. What is it? Trouble?
Trouble where? Where's trouble? Oh. Trouble at the old mill. Oh, my God. Good boy. Lead the way. Come on.
Michael has been coughing in everybody's face this whole episode. He caught Elaine, and he is delivering those lines right into that police officer's mouth.
I think he's trying to tell us something. I love this ending.
Yeah.
You know, even if I'm a little lukewarm on an episode, I always love the ending. You know, they always stick their landing.
Yeah, it's a great little tribute to Lassie, and I think this whole dog storyline with Kramer is executed so well, and Michael performs so well. For being a zany type plot, I really did enjoy this week.
Part of me wonders if we're dealing with a Mr. Pitt, Hitler, Poland ending, where I feel like they might have come up with this ending first and worked backwards. It's possible, you know?
Possible, seemingly. Yeah, also, did you notice that they're coming out of the yogurt shop again? Or again, we see that yogurt, and they're carrying their ice cream or their yogurt.
Oh, while they're like running with Kramer?
They don't even put it down. They run. You see the freeze frame of them running after this dog man, and they're still holding their tasty treat.
Well, it's so good. It's not fat. All right, last scene of the episode here, guys. George stops by his new apartment to find Alan moving his stuff in, and he doesn't understand. What, you got the apartment because you got stabbed and got coffee thrown in your face and, what, fork in the forehead?
No, just gave the super $50.
There you go, and George argues, hey, I earned that apartment with 34 years of misery.
Tough luck, Chinless.
Hate this guy. And Alan shuts the door and leaves George in the hallway by himself. Only a few seconds pass, until George starts panicking and checking his chin, Oh, God.
Yeah, so now George is the one feeling so self-conscious.
Jason does something with his neck. His chin completely disappears.
Yeah, he looks like a turtle almost, like collapsing into his shell.
Yeah. Poor George. So this is kind of weird, but I guess for the rest of the season at least, Alan Mercer lives across the hall from George.
Yeah, it's Alan from across the hall. We did forget to mention one bit of deleted dialogue from the coffee shop scene in which George was, so confident. It's not a contest. The guy had nothing. Ship went down. He got on a lifeboat. I mean, come on. George also explained that during the, his hearing before the board, that he discussed not only those incidents we talked about, but his parents and his relationships. And Jerry asks, did you get into all those office firings as well? And George responds, no, I didn't even want to get into that work stuff. It would have looked like I was running up the score.
So that kind of goes back to, I guess, what topics were on the table for George to mention. You got family, work, relationship.
I would have thought maybe, she became a lesbian would have been something.
Oh, yeah, that's something too.
But it was the $50 that sank him.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
So, Matt, I think the question everyone's wondering now is the Andrea Doria. Does it float or sink?
Ooh, I don't want to beat around the bush here. I'm not a huge fan of this episode. I'm sorry if it, being so late, we're kind of have low energy, but I just wasn't feeling this episode all that much when I was taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't really much to pull in terms of trivia, or interesting behind the scenes trivia. Not to say that counts against the episode. Once again, love the wacky, Jerry Kramer stuff. I think they go a little too far when Jerry takes over for Newman's mail route.
Oh, you don't like that? To see him in the postal attire, the little montage, the whistling.
It's too much, I think, for one episode for me to really really like it. And
okay.
Despite having some laughs, we had some good times during this episode. I find Elaine's relationship with Alan to be, kind of forgettable. Same thing with the whole Andrea Doria arc.
But I was thinking, if you isolate each character's story arc for this episode, George telling these horrific stories that he had to go through to get an apartment, Elaine being accused of a big head, and then the hilarious guy in the park calls her, on her big head. Jerry taking over, Jerry and Newman teaming up, and then Kramer acting like a dog. Those are all like recipes for a great, episode. But when it comes together, it's still a good episode, but it just doesn't leave you like last week. I was like on cloud nine after discussing the abstinence. Like it just was a lot of fun to discuss. But this one is just, it's like the episode of the week. We got through it. It was a good episode, but I'm ready. I'm already ready to move on.
Right. That's a great way to put it. I am sort of ready to move on to next week's. But
I must say though, as much as I always rag on the later seasons for it's too zany, it's too out there, I feel like I'm tolerating it, or that I'm like, okay, all right, I see where they're going with here. They're just branching out, and I'm along for the ride. So I'm warming to the season 8 that we've seen so far, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's just something about the Andrea Doria that I always found kind of dull. Whether it's the Elaine storyline with Alan, I find him very forgettable. Really, if it weren't for the Michael or the Kramer dog storyline, I think I would rank this as my least favorite season 8 episode.
Okay.
But having said that, I had a fun time talking about it with you.
Yeah, there's some giggles in there. Okay then, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. If you like, you can send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or you can leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 11th episode of Season 8, The Little Jerry. Big Yeti is making a big mistake, Yeti.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing out. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Been drinking from the toilet?
What? No. It's disgusting.